Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for the 8th of April, and the count that I have here for the DAX on the 4-hour chart is in line with the S&P 500 and Nasdaq, so I think that carries a little bit of weight. So in a bit of a nutshell, we're looking from wave 2 here to wave 3 here, with 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 3. And then pull back to wave 4. Normally, the normal thing is a wave 4 can pull back 38.2% of the length of wave 3, or pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here for that. So from this 5-wave structure within this space here, we're in wave 4 to wave 5 here. I think there's another little move to go in here. So let's just move into the hourly chart and check on that. So we're looking at this being a wave 4 pullback, which can pull back to the 15,100, which is the 38.2% retracement level from this wave 2 low here. But it's also possible that I've got this a little bit mixed up here, and we've got wave 1 sitting here and wave 2 sitting here. So I'm thinking that the more support we can get on the 200 here, the 15,200, the better. So what we're really looking for here is the first high above the level, and then a bit of a pullback at that point. And then once we've got that high there, then we can place that on top there, and any move beyond that we can look at 5 waves up at that point. So just on, this is 1 hour chart, so on the tick chart, just looking at this space here a little bit further. So this is it here, just with a bit more detail. So wave 3 here, an A wave to here, then a B wave to here, and then 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and yeah, it doesn't quite get there, does there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there and here. Oh yeah, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 cross here, and then 5. So we have our 5 waves here, then wave 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now this wave 4 may overlap wave 1 a little bit, but we're starting to see an impulse wave there. You can start to see 5 waves pushing here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So we've got I mean, it still can be an A wave to here and a B wave and a C wave to here, and fail from that point and come down from that point. That's why I'm waiting for that high to come in here a little bit further. The other point here too, 15,000, so we've got 15,100, 200 and 300. That's minor group 1. So if I just put this with a little bit more definition here for this for a moment, then we can look at subgroup 1, which is 10, 20 and 30. So we could say that what we could do here is that if we get a tested support on top of 30, then that's going to naturally take us to 50. So we'd be on our way at that point. So what we could do here is we could look at this. Well, if I trace this up here, then this would be wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then this looks like wave 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we've got 3, 4 and 5 here. So we've still got as a third wave here and a fourth. And then a 5th wave up here. So basically what I'm trying to look for here is, I mean, you can go long here and put a stop under here, because it shouldn't be breached at that point, right? So you could do that if you wanted to, or you could wait for support on here. And the normal thing is that we look for the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then some sort of ABC pattern here, and then we move in. Because what that does is it separates the market from being pulled back to this number here, just in case there's a mistake at that point. So that's one way to look at it. So yeah, whatever you do, you'll need to keep the stop under the 200, because this here is 5 waves here. So keeping the stop, we could have gone long here, but I wasn't here at the time, you know, so that's that. So we've got to look for the next step. So, but whichever way you go, you need to leave the stop here. So what I'll just do is I'll just put that in red, so we just remember that and you can find your own way home on that one. Yeah, so that's that. So that, it looks kind of complete to me, and yeah, so that's fine, I think. But getting some support on top of the group 1 here, subgroup 1, 15,230, that will be the catalyst for a trigger for a long trade to the upside. I'll just cut through to the Stoxx 50 here as well for this. With the Stoxx 50 here, we've got a long trade here. We've got a couple of trades in here, and I've moved the stop up to here. I wanted to keep the stop under this wave 4. So I think this wave 4 is done and dusted here as well. Let me just check on another possibility here of a wave 4 rally. Well, if it was a wave 4 rally from that point, then it's moved too far. Just sort of thinking. Yeah, I think it's okay, you know. Oh, we've just reacted from the 4,000 here. That's the main thing. So we've had the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then the ABC pattern here, so this particular pattern, as you know, is just this here. So this is the 4,000 here. This is the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. So we're here at the moment. We're looking for 5 waves up here, and then another correction over this side here. So we can trade that, you know, and we've got positions in that already. So I'll just leave it at that. The good news here is that the market is in group 2. So the sub levels, if we start from the top, from 4,000 is 10 and 20 and 30, and then we can go to 50 at that point. And then below that we can have 1, 2 and 3 here, and then the 50, which is the midpoint, and then group 2 here, 65, 72 and 80. So the swing range for that correction at across the 4,000, which is not in play just yet, will be in this particular space here. Yes, it can go a little bit above here. If it finds tested support on top of 30, then it's not going to be pulled back to that point. It will be going higher. It can trade above the 30, but finding tested support with a classic trading levels pattern sitting on that, then it will be pulled back, and that would be the swing range in that space. So, but because it's crept back up into, because it's traded lower and then it's creeping back up here, that means that it's getting support in this level. The group 2 hasn't been rejected, it's been accepted. So we should see that push up further from that point. And now we'll have a look at the Ftse as well. Nice to see the Ftse stepping out a little bit here, and yeah, so I mean the problem's always been with this from wave 4 to wave 5 I've been looking at, and I always take the conservative view on things, you know. So but if I wasn't to take the conservative view, now that I can see it stepping out a little bit further, what I can do is I can copy this here now and put wave 1 here, and copy that and put wave 2 here, and then copy that and put wave 3 over here for that, which is probably more acceptable. And I've been told that wave 4 can't overlap wave 1, so that would be the solution to that problem at that stage. And if we look at our 1 hour chart here for this, so we can make some changes. We'll put wave 3 there, wave 1 up here, and wave 2 here for that. That would also give us wave 4 and wave 5 here. So that would be in line with the US markets and the DAX and so on. So that seems to be a little bit more acceptable. So I'll leave it at this for the time being, and next time I speak we'll dull these out here if I remember, and make the other ones a bit more predominant in that case. But from this level here, looking at wave 1 and 2 in here, and then yeah, I think there's a little bit more to go in wave 3 here and wave 4. So it's kind of catching up a little bit in that regard. I suppose I suppose I could count that a bit differently, but even looking from this low here, this would have to be wave 1 in this space, right? With an A and a B and a C here for wave 2. And then moving up here would be 1 and 2, and then a nice strong third wave in the middle here, and a fourth wave, and just sort of finishing off in here for this. I just think there's a little bit more to go in here. I mean, it's a different count than the other markets, but so we'll see this play out. This is the closest largest number here, 6,900. So that's where it's going to be playing out from. So that this third wave I've got sitting up here probably won't go that high for that. Clear this off here. I'm just thinking it'll stay within group 1 of 6,900, so 900, 10, 20 and 30 for that. So I think there'll be it'll just be a smaller thing happening across here, not so big in that regard. I need to give this a bit more thought. We need to bring it into the DAX and the other markets. So I'll give that a bit more thought, but we've got time for this anyway. So, but what we can expect over the next few days is a bit of a dance across the 6,900. But what I can say is the trend to the upside, it just doesn't appear to be finished yet. Just not finished, so it is a bit of a different count, but it's just not finished, so we've still got further to go in this. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.